Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another SWGOH video. So I'm back here with another Conquest video. So I made it through all the way to the end of Sector 3 today, where I will show you now how I completed all the feats here in the boss battle versus CLS. So in today's video I want to show you 4 battles actually. So the first 2 battles will show you how you can complete all 3 feats with a single team. So one will be with the Talzin Night Sisters lead. This one, it's a little bit of an RNG fest, so it may take 4 or 5 attempts to get the RNG right. But mind you, I'm by no means a Night Sister expert, so maybe if somebody knows how to play Night Sisters better, could maybe they make this a one-time attempt. And then the second one is for those that do have Galactic Legend Ray. It makes this really easy. Now normally I do not include Galactic Legends for these Conquest videos, but without cooling system discs, sometimes now it seems like without any sort of Galactic Legend that some of these boss feats will be very challenging. But at least I was able to get it done with Night Sisters, so there's that. You do not really need a Galactic Legend, but it's much easier if you do have Ray. She makes this very easy. And then the last 2 battles there will be a CLS mirror match as well as a Jedi Knight Luke Jedi team, showing you how you can complete 2 out of 3 feats here. Now speaking of feats, so the one that you don't need to have any Old Republic in your squad, that's not a problem, and neither is Flawless Victory. The one probably that will be trickier is the Lucky Shot, where you have to score at least 40 critical hits. So the winning itself is not an issue here at all, but obviously if you go with something very strong like CLS or Jedi Knight Luke, you will just burn through these guys in a matter of 5-10 hits, and you will not be able to get 40 critical hits in there. Now to make matters worse, because this obviously is your standard CLS team, the way they've done it is that Chewbacca there will put guard on CLS, and because of the modifier in this challenge, the boss will have a permanent taunt there. So unless you can ignore taunt, you will be forced to keep hitting Commander Luke Skywalker, and you can't critically hit him, you can't stun him because he has guard on him. So obviously getting those critical hits in without any sort of AoEs or ignoring taunt will be a challenge. I mean, obviously you can burn through Luke quickly, take him out, but then if you go with such a powerful team, you'll be able to burn through the rest of his allies so quickly before you get to your 40 critical hits. Because mind you, it's not only Luke that's got guard on him, as well as Han. So essentially you got only 3 enemies there that can be critically hit. So it takes some finesse there to get those critical hits in. So, but if you go with a slightly weaker team, then the CLS team, they will just steamroll you because of all the bonus turn meter and the huge damage they do. Because hey, look at their modifier. There's that. So definitely, while beating this is not that challenging, like I show in the 3rd and 4th video there with either Rebels or Jedi. Getting those 40 critical hits can be slightly trickier. So that's what I'll start. I'll start here with the Night Sister battle, which is probably the trickiest to do, but it does show you that you can complete here with Night Sisters all of these 3 feats in a single battle. But first, let me show you the discs that I had. I actually, throughout playing now throughout Sector 2 and 3, I actually realized that having all these offense discs, made my characters too powerful, which kind of sometimes made harder these boss feats to do. So I unequipped all the offense discs, so I now am focusing more on survivability. So there you go, I've got Entrenched, I've got Vitality, another Entrenched, Heal Over Time, and I've also got now an Evasion discs as well there. So I'm at most focusing now on survivability, and of course Leader's Resolve. If you ever see Leader's Resolve, this should be your number 1 disc to pick now that we do not have cooling system disc. It's a really good one, but everything else, it's about survivability, because we had the same issue in the Sector 2 boss where you had to a little bit tone down the damage of your characters, so in order that you could achieve all the feats that you don't end enemies too quickly. So it seems like this will be the trend going forward. Instead of doing damage discs, you will really want to have some survivability discs on you, so that you can drag on the battle, because these CLS guys, they will be hitting very hard, these rebels, so you do need to have good survivability, that you can withstand all their firepower while you're getting your low damage critical hits on them, because 40 is a lot when you can only critically hit 3 targets. So obviously going here with 1000 leads, so we can spread some plague, as well as whenever somebody gets defeated, they call back whenever, you know, you use basic attack. That's what Talzin's leadership does. Again, I remodded here Talzin and Asajj, as well as Spirit. Again, I took off any sort of speed or damage from them because they don't really need that. So instead I just loaded them with critical chance, because remember, we have to score 40 critical hits. And then, you know, Asajj's got an AoE, Talzin's got an AoE, and then also with her basic Talzin, whenever she uses her basic, anybody that has plague would also get damage. So even, you know, her basic acts as a sort of AoE if you can stick plague on the enemies. So let me show you her mods. So I'm just focusing on critical chance, so I was able to get her critical chance here to 65%. Zombie here, I didn't move her mods. I mean, she's just getting punched all over and over again. She's just you know, a punching bag really here. Daka, I didn't remote her, I just have her loaded for health, because, you know, she needs to stay alive, because all the other Night Sisters will be dying left and right, because these guys, as you can see from the modifier, they have 200% extra damage. So there's my Daka. And then for Asajj, again, I just loaded her there with critical chance mods, and, you know, she does have higher base critical chance than Talzin, so there you go, she's now at 93%. And then finally Spirit, similarly, I just loaded critical chance on her, didn't focus on anything else, because, you know, really I want to lower my damage so I can do small but lots of critical hits. And because Night Sisters, you can keep reviving them, you know, you can play the long game. You have very good survivability there, so her critical chance there is at 93% as well. Okay, now for the battle itself, there we go. They will go after whoever they will go in the beginning, so just, you know, wait. Night Sister can handle this when you have the relic. There we go. Now got blind on here, probably should have wasted an AoE there looking back, but anyway, starting off with 1000 AoE, there we go. We got a couple of critical hits in already. I've got plague now on 3PO. As you can see, you can't stun Luke, you can't critically hit him because of guard. He's counter-attacking, keep taking out your Night Sisters. So Daka will have to keep bringing them back whenever she's got a revive ready. So here we go. And there we go. So as you can see on Talzin's basic there, while we didn't critically hit Luke, we did critically hit 3PO, because, as mentioned before, Talzin's basic will do damage to all enemies that do have plague on them. So that's pretty neat here. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, Talzin's ready for more AoEs here. There we go. A couple of more critical hits. So slowly, you know, you're doing the work here. Obviously, priority number 1 is getting Commander Luke out, because once you get him out, you know, their turn meter train is somewhat slowed down, and you don't have somebody all the time counterattacking. There we go, nice AoE from Asajj there. Got 3 critical hits there. Yeah, so here I was thinking, should I do basic? Should I do mass assist? There we go. And also, yeah, worth mentioning that Daka's basic as well hits 2 targets. So even though there she was called to an assist, obviously didn't crit Luke, then, you know, she did crit 3PO and Chewie there. So you got some sort of mini AoEs there as well from basics on Daka and Talzin. And this then allows you to get some critical hits in while you're still working on Luke. And because of all the revives and everything and healing that Night Sisters have, you know, you're able to here keep going. So there you go, another there critical hit on 3PO with Talzin's basic. I'll just throw out another AoE here. Unfortunately, only 1 crit this time. So definitely, if I would have better critical chance mods, maybe this would be a bit easier even to achieve. Because you can see there, we didn't get a lot of critical hits on that one. Alright, there we go. Hang in there, Daka, hang in there. Alright, heal up. Come on. There we go. So with Luke out of the way, you know, there is really no danger of you losing this battle anymore. Now it's just a case of trying to a little bit spread your damage and just kind of do enough hits here. And unfortunately I got blind here on Asajj, so I said I'll wait with the AoE. There we go, basics. Alright, here's a big AoE. But obviously, you know, thanks to Daka's Zeta, she's becoming beefier and beefier. So she should, from here now, be able to withstand any sort of big attacks these guys send your way. Now here I'm just working on 3PO and Chewie because he seems to be the tankiest. So I'm just kind of putting hits into him. Oh, there goes 3PO there. Let's heal up Daka. Alright, basic, maybe get a stun. So there we go. Got there on Daka's, and then I got 3 critical hits there when Talzin came back, and here Spirit called Talzin again. I got there 3 critical hits. So like here then, you know, once you got plague spread around, there you go, 2 more critical hits. Then Talzin's basic is really good because she's doing, you know, low damage, but you're critically hitting them. There we go. There we go, another critical hit there. Another one. And 2 more. Okay, let's bring Spirit back. More critical hits. So you can see we're doing very little damage here, but that's what we really want. Unfortunately, 3PO and Chewie beat the dust there. Now we're just down to Han. We need, I think, a few more critical hits here to reach 40. So let's just keep going. There we go. We got 3 more critical hits. Okay, 1 more there. I think that's about 40 now, if I'm not mistaken. And there we go. Bring back Talzin, and boom, there we go. So this is how we can complete all 3 feats here with Night Sisters in a single battle. But obviously I did have to do this 4 or 5 times to be honest, just to get RNG right. But I'm also by no means an expert in Night Sisters, so still working out for those 2-3 battles exactly, you know, what I need to do. But there you go. If you got a Relic Night Sisters, you can give this a go and see if it works for you as well as it did for me. Now let's move on to the second battle where I'll show you Rey team that as well can complete all 3 feats in a single battle. Okay, here we go. So here I'm bringing in Nest and Commander Luke Skywalker because both of them can ignore taunts. So this will obviously allow you to a little bit, you know, do some critical hits in between while you're working down on Commander Luke Skywalker. And then I've got Chewbacca there for the guard, and also Barris as well for her healing, especially Barris there. You know, she will her unique will keep healing up Rey. So then Rey, instead of, you know, putting some big hit on somebody and take them out, will just be able to keep spamming her AoE, her lifeblood, over and over again, which will allow all your guys to stay alive. Because remember, one of the feats is that you win without losing a single unit. So Rey is a very good option for that. All right. Obviously this I just went in and did it in a single attempt. So there you go. When you do get first whirlwind ready, just take Luke out, and then the rest, you know, here should be straightforward here. Just try to minimize your damage, just spread it across everybody. Try to leave the 2 Chewbaccas to the end, kind of, because, you know, they both can heal. And then there you go. Nest's got an AoE as well, allowing you to hit multiple targets as well, crit them. So it's a very good and easy team to run if you do have Galactic Legend Rey, that is. There we go. There you go. More critical hits here. So it really helps that I removed all those offense discs from my team. So, you know, our damage here is really low, but I've got lots of extra health, lots of extra protection. And then Barris is unique here, as you can see. They simply cannot burn through her. She's absolute beast there with healing. And then the heal over time disc as well there helps healing us whenever we take a turn, especially for Rey, so she can just keep spamming, there you go, her lifeblood over and over again, protecting her team. While Nest now, obviously without CLS, they're taunting, she can keep counter-attacking whenever somebody hits her. And that's how this team operates really. It's a pretty straightforward thing. You obviously want to avoid ultimate and whirlwind, just the first whirlwind you use Commander Luke, and then you just kind of basics here, spreading the damage, let little bit the guys heal in between because you don't want them to die too quickly, because remember, you need 40 critical hits in there. And that's how this team really goes. So, you know, it's not much really more to explain here, so I can just speed this through. There you go, just spreading the damage kind of between 2 Chewies. You can't critically hit Han anyway as long as Chewbacca's alive, but they didn't want to take out Chewbacca because then you take away some of the healing. And there we go. So you can see no issues whatsoever. Lots of critical hits there. And boom, there we go. That was the end of the battle. So if you do have Ray, give this team a try. It's a pretty straightforward team to run. Not really much else to explain here. Now, if you do not have a Relic Night Sisters and patience to do what I showed you in the first battle, and if you do not have Galactic Legend Ray, you can or you have any other Galactic Legend, probably any sort of Galactic Legend here might do for these critical hits. I don't know, I just thought that Ray would be the best option, because again, it's about surviving their attacks while doing small attacks to them, so you don't have to worry about killing them off too quickly. However, now also I'll show you two quick and easy battles here, how you can complete the other two feats, so the one where you have to win without Old Republic and without losing any units. However, then you still need to find some way to do the critical hits if you need to, but still to get max reward in Conquest you do not need to complete every single feat. So if having too much struggle with any of these boss feats, I would suggest you just leave it for the end. Go through first for all the sector nodes and do the easiest boss battles, and then you can just come back and return to those boss battles that you need some extra points for. That's why there's a link to my Swag of Life tool where I'll be having all my Conquest videos where you can go and refer to them anytime. Now let's head into the battle number 3 for today, which really is a straightforward CLS match here. Unfortunately they stun my Chewbacca. I actually figured out it's the best to stun 3PO, so you stop his confusion, because if he spreads his confusion, obviously then your guys won't be able to gain buffs. If they get 2 stacks of confusion, they won't be able to as well assist and things like that. So decided to take 3PO out, and as well once he's out, rebels won't be exposing you anymore on their basic attacks, so you will decrease their damage significantly. So just thought the best would be to go after 3PO first. Okay, there we go. So once you're down here, as soon as you take CLS out, this team pretty much falls apart. It's easy picking, so you can see no issues beating it here. We didn't lose anybody, but we finished them off too quickly before we were able to get 40 critical hits in, and boom, there we go. And now for the Jedi team, remember we are not allowed to use any Old Republic, so Jedi Knight Revan here is out of the question. So I use Jedi Knight Luke here with General Skywalker, and then we've got Julie there for the revive, because we are bound to lose somebody in this battle, so Julie can then bring them back, so we can still complete 2 feats here. We go big AoE there from General Skywalker. We got some days on the board there. Okay, there we go. That's it. Take out Ben. That's okay. He will recover some protection from us, give us their meter, and now Julie can just go ahead, bring him back, and Commander Luke there is on his last leg. Let's go ahead here with Shakti and dispel confusion from Jolie. There we go. Finish off CLS here. Put a hit in 3PO and Chewie, and get some of mind tricks going, and this battle is basically over. Again, easy, quick, clean win, but again, we finished them too quickly, not able to put 40 critical hits in. And there you go, guys, just giving you a few different options, depends on what you have available in your roster, how we can complete the feats here. So Night Sisters are a good option if you have the patience. Just load them with critical chance, except Daka, load her with lots of health, and they should be able to get it done there. No issues whatsoever. Same thing with Ray. If you do have Ray, again, Ray can protect everybody with life blood, keep them alive, while the others, especially like Ness, because she can ignore taunt and counter attack. And same thing with Luke. They can get those tiny critical hits in that you can get to 40. If you don't have those, I'm sure community will come up with some other ideas. These are just a couple of teams that I came up with here when I was testing a little bit today. But if you can't, you just want to whiz through and not worry about these feats for now, we can just throw in CLS Rebels or Jedi, get these 2 out of 3 feats done, which is still good. And then, if you do need that lucky shot feat, which is kind of trickier slightly to achieve here, you can always come back later once you go through all the sectors first and see how many key cards you still need to get all that important red crate that now also will be rewarding Commander Ahsoka Tano shards. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.